Hey, what stories are you telling yourself that are probably keeping you from your dreams, your goals, desires, and your visions? This is not just a motivational speech. This is more importantly for your business, your life, and whatever the hell else you want to accomplish while you're on this planet. Hey, this is Abong Eka, founder of Economics, the Economics Academy, and Eka Digital Media, also international best-selling author. Look, I've told you stories about my life over the last 15, 20 years, things that I've accomplished, and the story and the trend has always been the same. Now, what I want to talk to you guys today about was really important as relates to your particular dreams, goals, and visions, and not just for your life. This also applies to your business. You got to understand something. We do not operate in silos. Everything in life is like a Venn diagram in that they all intersect, and you as a person is in the middle. Now, I want to talk to you today about the importance of the stories you tell yourself and stories that other people tell us. I'm a huge fan of finding mentors, people out there that you can follow, whose mistakes you can avoid, and whose successes you can emulate. One of the biggest things that you're most likely robbing yourself of is a story you're telling yourself about putting limits on what you're supposed to do, what you like to do, and where you'd like to be. Nature is a great microcosm of what our lives are really supposed to be like. The difference between us and other parts of nature is very simple. We have the ability to make decisions and decide to be bigger and greater than where we currently are or where we're actually born and where we tend to spend our time. A tree will always grow as tall and as high as it possibly can. A dog will seek as much food as it possibly can and eat as much as it can because it doesn't know what limits are. Now, obviously, they're good and bad to that. Let me ask you a simple question. What story are you telling yourself? What limits have you put on your life? Human beings are the only things that have the ability to limit their particular growth and trajectory. How many people have told you just be realistic? How many people who know you, who've known for decades, people you grew up with, your family, your friends, and they're telling you all these stories. But you got to understand something. What they're actually telling you is that they're afraid to take that particular experience, and so they want you to avoid the same problem. Now, if that was only the case, I'd be okay with that because, again, you got cracked over the head by life, and you want to avoid me having the same experience. I get it, but here's the reality. Most of the people giving you advice have never done a damn thing in their lives to begin with. Now, if you're watching this and this upsets you, I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize because it's actually true. Take a look in the mirror and confront yourself. Confront what you're trying to accomplish and see whose advice are you actually taking. More importantly, there are people who either have made mistakes and actually either fell into pitfalls, problems in business, problems in life, and then they're trying to tell you what their experiences were so you can avoid the same thing. But the mistake that we all make a lot of the times, and I'm putting myself in that category, is that we don't look back at the mistakes we made and take a look at what missteps we took. A lot of times the whole journey wasn't the problem. We made one or two incremental steps or mistakes in those incremental steps, and that led to catastrophe. Very similar to dominoes. You can have a problem with the domino in the middle, but if everything is not aligned correctly, they won't tumble the way they're supposed to tumble, right? You'll find a kink somewhere along the line, somewhere down the chain. The mistake we make is we don't go back and take a look at where that domino was that was deficient, that didn't work the way it was supposed to work. And then we actually curse all dominoes. How many of you are robbing your own lives and your own destiny and your dreams because of stories you're telling yourself? It's like you have like no sense of urgency. You believe you're going to be here forever. And then one day you're not. And then you're praying to God or whatever deity that you pray to or anything that you believe in, asking for more time. By that time, Jack, it's too late. Whatever you believe in, whatever deity you pray to, I've never seen it in any types of scripture or work of religious work where we have a restriction on our ability to be as best we possibly can in all facets of our lives. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about happiness. I'm talking about wealth in your body, in your spirit life, a whole host of areas. You have the ability to go after that. But what story are you telling yourself that's prohibiting you from living the life that you want to live? And then you can look back and tell yourself another story as to why it didn't happen. And who are you going to blame today or tomorrow? Now, if you're watching this on Monday, great. Let's call it a Motivation Monday. This should be a life motivation. This should be a business motivation. You're sitting at home wondering why your business is not taking off. Go find other people who are doing what you want to do, who can give you some insight. I recently spoke at a conference talking about pricing, and I saw the eyes light up of the attendants who were there, because I was explaining to them a different mindset and skill set that's required in your business to talk about pricing and to raise your prices and to come from a solution-based, customer-centric perspective. The things you've been hearing in the past are in the past. Today is a new day for you. But more importantly, I want you to remember, what story are you telling yourself? And if it's not a story that's serving you, you need to stop it today. Because again, at the end of the day, you have to have a sense of urgency, memento mori. Remember that we all got to die at some point. So what time are you wasting? What experiences are you wasting? What are you wasting in your life that you're not doing what you should be doing today, only because you're telling yourself a story to justify why you're not where you are or where you want to be, or listening and accepting the stories of other people who quit? Never take advice from a quitter, as a wise guy once said. You deserve better, but you're not going to get better unless you do better. I'll talk to you soon. Yeah.